Hello, everyone. This is Kelly Lee Sappenfield, fifth generation metaphysician, spiritual teacher, and coach. Today, I'm literally coming to you and begging you, for all of our sakes, be careful with your health. Be careful with everyone else's health. I don't care what religion or if you don't espouse to religion, all the religious masters talk about helping out humanity and taking care of our fellow humankind. And I'm coming to you today as a mom. And I'm going to get emotional. My otherwise healthy 31-year-old son is in an isolation room in a hospital in Arizona with COVID and pneumonia, and he is not doing well. In the last 2 weeks, he had gone to the grocery store once, to Sam's Club once, and to an ATM, and he wore a mask, and he got COVID. And if it can take down an otherwise healthy 31-year-old, it can take down any of us. So wearing a mask isn't out of fear. It's not some conspiracy theory. Wearing a mask says, I love my fellow humans and I care enough to where if I may be asymptomatic, I'm not going to give it to you. So as a mom, I know I'm as woo-woo as they come, but fairy dust isn't going to help this. Wearing a mask and self distancing and caring about our fellow humans is what's going to help us. Cases are blowing up all over the country right now because everyone's reopened and everyone's going about their business like COVID has not happened, never happened. And it has, and it still is. And I don't want another mom or dad to be, luckily, I'm only 2 states away. If this would have happened a year and a half ago, I'd have been halfway across the world. But even if you're in the same town, I can't go to the hospital. I can't see my son. I can't do anything except for sit at home and wonder and worry and pray and meditate and do all that other stuff and do this public service announcement, if you want it, to where please, I care about you. I don't want you to get this. I don't want you as a parent to have to go through this with your child or as a child to go through this as you with one of your parents or even one of your friends. So please stop, take 5 seconds, put on a mask, and if you've got to go into the grocery store or a hardware store, or if you have to go to work, try to self distance. Wash your hands, take care of yourself so that we can take care of everybody together. This is not something to take lightly. This is not a conspiracy theory that has any political meaning behind it. This is a pandemic, and people are starting to forget that we are living in a pandemic. So, as a mom, please don't have to go through this. It is so not what you want to be going through. So wear your mask, self distance, wash your hands. When you see someone, don't give them a hug. Instead, just give them an air hug or just say hello or an elbow bump or something. But take this seriously because, like I said, if this can affect an otherwise healthy 31-year-old, where he's already lost a large amount of weight. His roommate had to rush him to the ER because he was having trouble breathing and had stopped breathing for a moment. And now he's in the hospital And the hospitals are so busy that we get very little information. So please take care of yourself and do the Christian thing, the Muslim thing, the Buddhist thing, the Hindu thing, the Jewish thing, and take care of fellow humans, humanity. There is no spiritual master out there that says, take care of yourself first and screw everyone else over. There's not one, I guarantee you. Out of all the spiritual texts I've ever read and studied, no one has ever said that it's all about you and what you do and want to do. And if other people get sick and die, well, that's just the consequences. That is not living a spiritual life. That is not being tuned in, turned on, and tapped in at all. And I know some of you probably are not going to like to hear this message, and that's fine. But I still am sending you all the love in the world and the prayers that you don't have to go through what I'm having to go through as a mom. So please, if you see this, share it, put it out there so that other people get this message, because it is so important that we take a step back, take a deep breath, and in this great country say, you know what? If I have to go to the grocery store, it's not that big of a deal for me to put on a mask. I am not less than human if I put on a mask, or I'm not less than of an American, or I am not somehow living in fear if I put on a mask. Instead, it shows that you're actually more than, that you care, that you really do believe that as humanity, we are here for each other as a collective. We are going through this lesson as a collective worldwide. This is a global lesson. And part of that lesson is we have become extremely disconnected as humans. And yes, some of that disconnection has come from things like this, social media. And some of that disconnection has come from, gosh, back when I was a kid in the 80s, the me generation, right? The yuppies, and all it was about me. And now it needs to be about we as a collective. We as a collective can move miracles. And we as a collective can take care of COVID-19. But we as a collective have to do the right thing, the responsible thing for humanity. We as a collective have to stand up and say, you know what? I may have to go to work, but that doesn't mean I can't have hand sanitizer in my pocket, or I can't wash my hands, and I can't wear a mask. Because if I wear a mask, somehow I'm submitting to some type of control mechanism. No. You know, I've been reading and just flipping through so many far out wild conspiracy theories and propaganda over the last couple of months about COVID. And for the most part, I'm like, not putting it in my energy field, not putting that negativity in my energy field, not putting that negativity in my energy field. Well, you know what? This mama's bear has come out. And now I'm like, no, enough is enough. No more me. It is we. Whether it's we as in you in your small little town, taking care of yourself, staying home as much as possible, having your groceries ordered, whatever it is, or We, as in the healthcare workers, that my heart goes out to, because of my son, they are being exposed. Yes, they were being exposed by other people, but my heart goes out to them even more now than ever, because my son, who was doing everything that he was supposed to be doing, self-distancing, staying home, wearing a mask, washing his hands, everything that he was supposed to be doing, now literally is in the hospital on a whole cocktail of medicines and not doing well at all. Like I said, to be an otherwise healthy 31-year-old, get pneumonia from COVID, and to already, in less than a week, to have lost a significant amount of weight just for the fact that he is literally sweating it off because his fever and the virus. And I do not want you to have to go through this. Please, like I said, I'm begging you, please, 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 please take care of yourself and do your part to take care of the collective we of humanity. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Expect miracles. I am, especially when it's coming for my son. Bye-bye.